We've talked about Bang & Olufsen brand. We've talked about the unique selling propositions of the Bang & Olufsen high-end surround sound system. And we've discussed Bang & Olufsen's philosophy on sound. I wanted to end with a little discussion on demonstration materials. In order to sell a high-end, high-ticket sound system, you need to have a planned approach to your demonstration. How are you doing it today? Do you just get in the car with your customer, put on satellite radio, maybe HD radio, maybe it's FM? I hope not. I'd like to give you some tips on how you can make that demonstration work in your favor. Give you the best possible chance to close that system in the car. When having a planned approach to a demonstration, the best thing to do is make sure that you're armed with your best possible material. You should always know what you're going to play before you play it. You need to know how a track sounds. You need to be able to explain what the customer is going to hear. You don't want that nasty surprise when you put something on and it just doesn't sound too good. And yes, that happens. I'll let you in on a little secret. The better quality the sound system is, the more revealing it is to mistakes and errors in your material. So if you put good material into a good system, it sounds fantastic. But if you put poor material into a good system, it doesn't sound fantastic. It reveals all the faults and mistakes in your piece of material. Bang & Olufsen recommends using a CD. This one is the Bang & Olufsen Driving Notes CD that was put together especially for the 5, 6, and 7 series cars with the Bang & Olufsen high-end surround sound system. It has a very unique selection of different types and genres of music. There's something on this CD that almost everyone would like. Let's talk for a minute about this guy, the iPhone. The iPhone is a wonderful device. Millions have been sold. And for people that love music and want their music portable, the iPhone is probably the smartphone of choice for them. Probably the main reason this is because of the iTunes Store. The iTunes Store is a fabulous place. You can go and purchase almost any track that's ever been recorded. The problem is the music you download from iTunes, unless you're actually going for the higher bitrate formats, is a fairly compressed file format. When you take an original CD and you need to shrink the file format down so that it doesn't take up all the memory on a device like this, you end up cutting some of the top off, cutting some of the bottom off, and you have what's left. A lot of people, the professionals, say that you don't really hear what's missing, but you do. When you cut the top and the bottom off, you basically get a thin representation of what the original track was. And you need to be very careful about that for this reason, and this is a secret. The better the sound system, the more it will reveal mistakes and compression in a track. So when you're playing something on the Bang & Olufsen high-end surround sound system, you always want to have the best possible format you can. So if you use the iPhone for a demonstration device, please rip some music into it, your favorite tracks, a couple of really great songs, at a high file format, basically uncompressed format, so that you can actually have the best possible demonstration material that you can. Finally, let's talk about demonstration tracks. I'm a firm believer in demonstrating neutral material. Neutral meaning ethnicity neutral, religious neutral, race neutral, geographically neutral. And by neutral, I don't mean bland, but I don't ever want to put on something that somebody might find offensive. Also, try to stay away from top 40 hits. And the reason you want to do this is When demonstrating the high-end surround sound system, you want people to listen to the system. If you play a very popular song in the media today, people tend not to listen. They tend to hum along, think of things like when I first heard this song. If you can find a piece of music that's not so popular, and not obscure, but just something that hasn't been heard or played for a while, people tend to actually critically listen to that piece of music. I have a few favorite tracks, and I'll give them to you here. The first one is sung by an English singer named Duffy, and the track is Warwick Avenue. And it just happens to be on the Driving Notes CD, so you'd have that with you if you have the CD. It's a great track because it's a solo singular voice that tends to hover above the windshield, and it's fantastic dynamics, and it comes through so crisp and clear. It's wonderful. Another track I love is Sade, Soldier of Love, for different reasons. Soldier of Love demonstrates the fantastic bass capabilities of the Bang & Olufsen high-end surround sound system and the placement of the subwoofers in your models underneath the seats. It really gives you a great driving bass and a fullness that no other vehicle has. An old favorite of mine is Pink Floyd, Money. What's great about this track is it's a 2-channel recording, but it sounds like the cash registers are going around you, and it does a fantastic job of enveloping you in the music. It's truly awe-inspiring. And if you want the single greatest go-to track that the system will play and make it sound phenomenal, it's the Eagles Hotel California. It's just a fantastic recording. There's a lot of acoustical lead into it, and the system just displays it wonderfully. If you use any of those tracks, you're setting yourself up in a positive direction to help make that sale.